Well, happy Frigg's Day. It's been a beautiful morning of frost and sunshine. Crossing I think it's the Orwell Bridge. I've been going over it enough for the past few months. Crossing that bridge on the way to Sutton Hoo, pretty much. The sunrise this morning was fantastic. Not a red sort of sunrise coming up, but it was orange, and the way the sky was lit up, and it was casting light across the river and the frosty fields and the bare trees. It was absolutely magnificent. And I can joke, this is joking, and while it's cold, it was like saying it's -3, I'm also aware, part of the reason for making this video is just plans for 2025, is I'm also aware that while I feel that this is cold, this is standard weather for Iceland, which is where me and my wife will be going in May. And that's, it's just like, we've got to get used to this weather, because this is like rookie numbers. And I'm aware of that from, some of my friends I speak to online and that live in Sweden and Denmark, that us here in poor old Blighty, we might think it gets cold when it's like 0 or -1 or -2. It's just like, that's nothing. It's nothing compared to it. When, your friend casually says, it's just like, well, it's -20 here. And it's just like, I mean, and this is the thing, like looking up when we do go to Iceland in May, it's just like 7 hours of daylight, projected average temperature during the day is 10 degrees. What it gets to at night, it's just that I don't know. We will find out. And it's a case of hopefully we won't look like terrible British tourists that are like, oh, it's cold. Probably will. We'll see. We're looking forward to the experience. And that's the thing for what I want to be a short video, I promise. Just that sort of been quiet a little bit of late. It's been an interesting time. Obviously, the holiday period is a little bit crazy. There's some things that we're preparing for the Heathens of Kent Yule gathering, celebrating Yule on Yule. The first new moon after the winter solstice. And there's some stuff I will be sharing. It's just for the gathering. It's a private thing in some respects. There's some things like crossing the bridge this morning and having this beautiful picture that in some regards you really wish you could stop and take a photo of and capture it. On the other hand, as I've found in the last few years, these are the things that you capture in here. You make the memory, and that's the thing that's more important than recording it. Like with going to gigs, it's like you see people holding up recording songs and the performance, and it's just like you're not watching the performance, you're not appreciating the performance. You want to take away from the performance the relationship you have as audience, performer, and the whole experience is something you cannot capture on a phone. Engage and enjoy it and treasure the memory of the experience. These things carry over into lots of other things, like when you are gathering to practice it's not so much something that should be, in my opinion, performance. It's intention and what you're doing. And these are things that, there's some things we started last year that will now be taken into the new year a lot more sort of consistently. Rune chanting, rune practice, ancestor veneration, and doing it in ways that it's not always, or it isn't really at all about performance. It's more about, you know, just doing what you're doing, and as a group coming together and supporting each other to make everything what we all need it to be. I have some ideas for what I want to do continuing with the channel. Iceland has become quite influential to me, and I've got to, one of the things I asked for my birthday was the saga of the Icelanders, and I want to share some of that on here. When I get round to it is another matter, and the lie, I need to continue with that, and you know, they're all part and parcel of a greater sort of movement. And I suppose one of the things I've discovered and I'll be taking forward is, you know, something I was really acutely aware of when I first sort of started this path, is that, it's a personal opinion, I feel the more you try to make things a natural process and not forced, the more natural your relationships are. And it's, you don't have to be I don't know, scoring points on some system that you imagine in your head. It's more a case of, this is the lifestyle, and you just get on with it. Anyway, little talk over with. I'm gonna carry on, get to work, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you for listening. Do take care. Goodbye.